schools applied this year. Fecht O'Leary, KIPP Academy Lynn Collegiate, Lynn Classical High School, Lynn English High School, Lynn Vocational Technical Institute, and St. Mary's. The competition was fierce. We actually want to acknowledge the special support of community groups and families who joined forces to provide our youth additional funding opportunities this year for the very first time. So if you would please give a round of applause for Latinos Unidos Scholarship, and this one's very special, Dandriel Heredia Scholarship, Maria Luz Lucy Tisol Founder Scholarship, so I think I've walked the room a little bit, and I do know some of you. I will say that this is not my full-time job. I do this on the side. I'm kidding, I don't do this at all. I just say yes to my friends when they need it. So my name is Laura Luna. I'm going to be the Master of Ceremonies. I am a school psychologist. I've been in the same place for about 20 years now, and my job consists of hanging out with really amazing, brilliant young men and women and trying to help them and their teachers figure out the best way that they learn. And because I'm always in that school space, it's extra special to me to be here talking about you guys and talking to your families. I'm really, really happy to do this. So I want to start too by saying that this is supposed to be a bilingual program. And I don't know if you've noticed, but I am bilingual. Gracias. Entonces les voy a dar las bienvenidas. Estamos muy emocionados para decir que un gran número de todos los niños que están en el último año de Lynn han aplicado para esta beca. Los estudiantes de las escuelas secundarias de todas las escuelas de Lynn aplicaron este año. Tenemos a todas las que he mencionado: Fecht O'Leary, KIPP Academy, Lynn Classical, Lynn English, y Lynn Vocational Technical Institute, and St. Mary's. You notice how I said that in Spanish? La competencia fue muy fuerte y queremos darle reconocimiento al apoyo especial de grupos de la comunidad y las familias que se han unido con nosotros para ayudar a proveer oportunidades adicionales para nuestros jóvenes este año. Ahora bien, un aplauso por favor para Latinos Unidos Scholarship. Dandriel Heredia Scholarship. Maria Luz Lucy Tisol Scholarship. Y también, and because we're already on this kind of topic, I'd like to ask you guys a couple of questions. How many of you came to support a scholar that's receiving a scholarship? You can just clap, raise your hands, whatever you want. Family members, community members. I've seen you guys. I know you guys are community members. And school members. I know I have all my bosses are sitting at this table. I want you guys to know that. No pressure. And as we continue, I'd like to be able to name the specific sponsors that have provided support for our scholars. The sponsor list for 2024 at the diamond level is a very special scholarship. A nivel de diamante tenemos una beca muy especial. In 2023, during Labor Day weekend, we had a horrible tragedy in Lynn. At just 21 years old, the kid with the biggest heart and the biggest smile, lost his life. And to honor his memory, and to honor the memory of who he was and what he represented, not just for his family, but for all of Lynn, at the diamond level, we have the sponsor of Jandriel Heredia's scholarship. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you. At the platinum level, we have Eastern Bank Foundation. I form a part of a lot of communities, and I want to say that I don't know if Eastern Bank is represented here today, but they are consistently supporting our community-based organizations. So thank you, Eastern Bank. At the gold level, we have Daphne Esteves, who is a prior LHSF scholar, and the Lynn Community Health Center, which is very well represented here today. Can we get a little what's up for Lynn community? We have the Scopet Company Silver, Solomini Charitable Corp, which is a funeral home. We have the Lynn Teachers Union, Local 01037, the Elliott Family Resource Center, Joanna Peña from Union Travel, and Ebenezer Tax and Services. A round of applause, please, for all of our sponsors. What we do would not be without them. Estamos dando gracias a todas las personas que han patrocinado nuestras becas. Comenzando para el nivel de diamante, el 2023 perdimos a un niño muy especial con solamente 21 años, su vida fue apagada. Y para honrar y representar su memoria para toda la vida, no solamente para su familia, pero para toda la comunidad, tenemos la beca de Jandriel Heredia. También en el nivel platino tenemos el banco de la Fundación de Eastern Bank, que siempre representa a nuestras comunidades de manera consistente, y en muchas de las organizaciones que yo he formado parte, Eastern Bank siempre se representa como patrocinador específico y generoso de nuestras organizaciones. Gracias a Eastern Bank. También tenemos a Daphne Esteves, que fue recipiente de nuestra beca. Tenemos a Lynn Community Health Center, las compañías Socket, Solomini Funeral Homes, la Lynn Teachers Union Local, the Elliott Centro de Recursos de Familia, Joanna Peña de Union Travel y los servicios de impuestos de Ebenezer. Gracias a todos. Por favor, un aplauso. This is a person who is an accomplished healthcare executive with a diverse and progressive career. She has served over 10 years in community health centers. Most recently, wow, that stare actually works. I'm going to try it again. Our keynote speaker is an accomplished healthcare executive with a diverse and progressive career. She has served over 10 years in community health centers, most recently in Lowell as their Chief Strategy and Financial Officer, successfully instituting growth strategies and equitable healthcare practices. Prior to her work in community health, Brenda led financial and operating practices in education and media firms and began her professional career at PricewaterhouseCoopers. She holds a Master of Business Administration from Duke University and a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration from Boston University. She is the recently appointed Chief Executive Officer of Lynn Community Health Center. She brings a passion for comprehensive, patient-centered care to our Lynn community and recognizes the power of caring for our community's most vulnerable citizens. As a woman, as a Latina, and as a healthcare professional, I am humbled and honored to present her as our keynote speaker, Brenda Rodriguez.
¿Cómo están, mi gente? Un aplauso para Vicky and Lynn Hispanic Scholarship. Lynn Lynn Community Health Center serves over 42,000 patients with 700 employees and a budget of over $110 million. We are one of the largest health centers in the country. Y yo soy la neta. A little bit about me. My parents are from Arroyo, Puerto Rico. They met and married here in the U.S. and worked in a factory in Chelsea. They divorced when I was young. My mom took my siblings and I to live in Boston. We were the first Latino family in our neighborhood. We didn't speak English and went to bilingual school. We struggled. We lived in a vermin-infested slumlord apartment. Over the years, our neighborhood was eviscerated by the crack epidemic, the AIDS epidemic, and gun violence. Some things as a child you never forget. For me, it was Christmas. Our gifts each year came from Globe Santa. The social worker at the welfare office would help my mom write the letters so we could get presents. Years later, I would find myself working for the very company that gave out those gifts, and I oversaw the program. So how did someone like me, who didn't speak English, was raped and pregnant at 11, got kicked out of middle school, was a high school dropout, was homeless, and started college poorly, getting a D- in my first college paper, and always starting over? How did I end up leading a complex, multi-million-dollar healthcare enterprise and be joyful and confident and in my flow? Vamos a empezar. Let's start with this affirmation. Our circumstances will not dictate our future. And this is a lesson of achieving unicorn. Develop a strong mindset. My belief in a better future was stronger than my hopelessness at that time. Your future has to be more vibrant, more real than your present self and your past pain. Your mindset has to be so powerful because it has to dismantle the negative thoughts and years of trauma that life has inflicted on you. Most of my youth and early adulthood, I felt destitute, degraded, and humiliated. No one knew I lived in a shelter. I was too embarrassed that I was there, and even more embarrassed to tell people why. My household had been full of domestic violence, and one of my siblings was being sodomized. I went into a shelter to escape that abuse and protect myself and my little girl. That was the reason I left and lived in instability for many years to come. Weaponize your mindset against the thoughts and experiences that want to hold you back and bury you in self-defeatism and regret. How do you create a powerful mindset? Primero, first. Forgive the times you didn't follow through or follow up like you should have. Forgive yourself when you wasted precious time, when you didn't make the wisest choices, when you spent too long in the wrong choices. Move on from all of that. Commit to creating a new mindset that no one, no circumstance, and no situation can pull you away from. It helped to do this. Over the years, I relied on pastors, friends, mental health counselors, motivational speakers, and self-helpers. Even today, I listen to an encouraging word every morning. Your mindset is exquisite. It's your moneymaker. It's your healer. It's what gives you the edge and sets you apart. It makes you this generation's unicorn. Second, activate your mindset. Every single day of your life, do one thing that focuses your attention on summoning your best self. Every single day, commit to one habit that wakes up your focus. Do it first thing. It can be smiling at yourself in the mirror, saying a quick prayer, doing jumping jacks or push-ups, or taking a walk or writing down a few goals. Think of it right now. Piénsalo. And commit to doing it every day of your life. You deserve to do that for yourself. Lastly, step up your agency. Practice asserting yourself. Ask questions, share ideas, advocate for your needs in the classroom, in relationships, and in the workplace. When you do this, you signal to yourself that you are worthy. It shows in the brightness of your eyes, in the inflection of your voice, in how you stand, and in how you walk. It's in your affect and in your presence. When your whole being knows that you matter, the whole world eventually has to acknowledge it and give you your rightful place. If you do this, if you develop a strong mindset, you will accomplish far more than expected, even against the institutional and systemic barriers that exist and are up against you. With the right mindset, you can set aside self-doubt, set aside imposter syndrome, set aside feelings that you do not belong. With a strong mindset, you can lift not just yourself above your circumstances, but also your family, your organization, and even an entire community. The things that were once my crutch are now my platform.
Preach.
Repeat that to yourself tonight.
Preach.
Repítelo. The things that were once my crutch are now my platform. Focusing on my mindset has allowed me to reconstruct my life. It's helped me to reimagine my future time and time again. To be the first person in my family to finish college, go to one of the world's best business schools, and become the first Latina CEO of Lynn Hispanic. Muchas gracias. Thank you.
I don't know if you felt this, but there was a moment, Representative Dan Cahill, who's there in the back. Thanks for joining us, Dan. You can't miss him. He's in a pink suit. So Lucy Dizon, she's amazing. She's got a lot of fire. She's probably like 90. She learned about a man who needed to take a young high schooler who needed to take a summer course to graduate high school, and he could not afford it. And so Lucy held a fundraiser at the Eco Boricano, which is a Puerto Rican social club in Lynn, and collected the money to help the student take his class and graduate. That simple event led Lucy to form the Lynn Hispanic Scholarship Fund. She was a seamstress without the opportunity of a college education, but she saw a need in our community. She recruited other community members to formally establish the fund in 1991 with the goal to assist and support Lynn Hispanic Latino high school graduates in their transition to college. And here are the stats. Listen, can we get a round of applause for Lucy? Sometimes I look at my life and I think I'm trying to be the adult that I wish I had, right? And sometimes I look at people like Lucy, a veces veo gente como Lucy, and I realize that there have been adults that people needed forever, and they've been showing up for these kids since 1991 or before. Gracias, Lucy. Es un placer para mí. She wants to say congratulations y felicidades to all the students. Gracias, Lucy. Since its inception, the Lynn Hispanic Scholarship Fund has celebrated over 300 scholarships to Lynn High School graduates. Many recipients come from homes with limited incomes and are first-generation college students. Every year, our selection committee, made up of local community volunteers, awards 12 scholarships in the range of $1,000 to $2,500 to help students pursue higher education. To date, and I want you to hear these numbers, the Lynn Hispanic Scholarship Fund has awarded nearly $150,000 in scholarship funds to well-deserving students. We believe that our scholarship encourages and motivates award recipients to continue their education and provides additional monetary support when students go to their prospective colleges and universities. We remember and we espouse the idea that a small group of thoughtful, committed individuals can change the world. And now, to present our incredible selection committee is Vicki Rivera, who is the president of the Lynn Hispanic Scholarship Fund.
So, folks, first of all, I also want to acknowledge our mayor, Jared Nichols, who is with us today. Thank you so much. So this is the moment we've been waiting for, but before we do that, there's one more thing to say. I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry, because I've got to be the bearer of bad news. So I have a gray RDX license plate number 4KXD27, and I have a red Eclipse 5RX396. You're parked in resident parking, and you need to move, or you're going to get towed. Okay, guys. Here go these. Okay. You don't want anybody getting towed? So
before we celebrate the young people that we're here for, first thing, in the audience, could I ask if we have any alumni of the LHSF to please stand? Thank you. Every year at this gala, I like to also acknowledge the adults who come back, who at some point were sitting where you are sitting as students, right? They were in this position at some point, finishing up high school, looking towards the future, and they have come back. And I say that purposefully. Wink, wink. Wink, wink. Don't forget where you're from. There's going to continue to be other young people in our community who need the support. Always. Don't forget where you're from. We need you. You're going off to having amazing professional experiences before that undergraduate, hopefully, right? And really learning to become professionals yourselves. And we want to make sure that you remember to give back. Okay? All right. So I would like to acknowledge, Doctora Laura Luna just started saying, our selection committee, our scholarship selection committee is volunteer. Every year, we purposefully ask folks in the community who are not on our board to read the applications, to make the decisions of who our scholars are going to be. Okay? Todos los años nosotros le pedimos a personas en la comunidad que sean voluntarios para que lean las aplicaciones, las solicitudes de los estudiantes, separado de la junta directiva. Porque no queremos que haga malentendimiento ahí, ¿no? And these folks this year read almost 90 applications. Este año leyeron casi 90 aplicaciones. Ese es el número más grande que hemos recibido en la historia de nuestra organización. La verdad, the truth, the most we've had in the past has been in the high 40s. So y'all doubled it. I want to thank all of the community organizations that are here that read all my annoying emails, okay, encouraging high school students in our community to apply. Because we have so much talent in Lynn, so much talent. And we could only offer 13 scholarships this year. We want to be able to give more. But we got to fundraise, y'all. So keep that in mind. If y'all have cousins, little brothers and sisters coming down the pike, we want to encourage them as well. But back to the selection committee. If I could please ask the folks on our selection committee to stand. I think 5 of our selection committee members are here with us today. Unfortunately, 3 of them could not be present. But I just want to acknowledge the hours and hours and hours and careful consideration that y'all gave to the students that applied this year. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, we had a lot of really cool kids apply. Este año tuvimos una calidad de estudiantes que aplicó para las becas increíbles, talentosos. We had incredibly talented, gifted students that applied from all walks of life. So a little thing personal about me. My mom's Colombian, my dad's Puerto Rican. I was born and grew up in Lynn. There weren't a lot of Colombians growing up in Lynn. Let's be real. It was mostly Dominicans, some Puerto Ricans, right? And we know how our community has grown in Lynn. We have a huge, huge diversity from different Latin American countries. Guatemala, República Dominicana, El Salvador, Colombia, Honduras, Costa Rica, Venezuela, okay? Argentina. I haven't said all of them, I don't have to say Cubanos, Mexicanos, okay? And we saw that diversity in our pool. We actually saw that diversity in our pool, which was really cool, okay? Of our 13 scholars, de los 13 estudiantes que están recibiendo la beca hoy, hemos visto la diversidad en nuestra comunidad, estudiantes de todos los países latinoamericanos, guatemaltecos, hondureños, salvadoreños, puertorriqueños, argentinos, mexicanos, cubanos, colombianos. Se ha visto esa diversidad. Y representado en los estudiantes que están recibiendo la beca este año, and represented in today's scholars, in this year's scholars, we've got Guatemalans, Dominicans, Salvadorians, Colombians. Nice mix. Representative of what we see in our city. Okay? I'd like to thank everyone seriously in this room. Me encantaría darle las gracias a todo el mundo que ha ayudado con la misión. Este año, this year, we've had the support of new organizations. El apoyo de nuevas organizaciones que nos están permitiendo. I'll wait, because I want to give people their credit. We've had the support of new organizations and individuals. Hemos tenido el apoyo de nuevas organizaciones e individuos que nos han ayudado a crecer como una organización. Cuando Lucy empezó con la idea del Lynn Hispanic Scholarship Fund, fue para ayudar a un estudiante. When Lucy had the idea to start the LHSF, it was starting to help one student. And that has grown over the years. 4, and 5, and 8, and 9, and 10. This year we have 13. Okay, este año tenemos 13 después de que empezamos con 4, con 5, con 6, 10, etc. en otros años. Quiero agradecerle, I really want to thank and acknowledge Javier Juárez. Javier Juárez es el director del Latino Equity Fund from the Boston Foundation. He's here with us today. Javier, thank you. This is the first time that the LHSF gets a grant for $10,000 from the Latino Equity Fund. That has permitted us to start something else besides giving out scholarships. Eso nos ha permitido hacer cosas más allá de otorgar becas. Algunos de los estudiantes que están en el cuarto, some of the students that are in the room, and adults, okay, have had the opportunity to come to the workshop series that we started in partnership with the Lynn Public Library. Junto con la biblioteca de Lynn hemos hecho charlas, talleres sobre cómo aplicar a la universidad, how to apply to college, otras becas. Y el último evento que tuvimos era un panel de profesionales. The last event that we had was a professionals panel. And we had Latinos and people of color from a bunch of different professions. Pero heavy, like impressive, so that students can see that there are examples of professionals in our community. It's really important for the young people here to understand, you don't get here by yourself. Uno nunca llega a ningún sitio solo. I think Brenda talked a little bit about that. Okay? Mentoring is super important. You're all going to be freshmen next year, this coming fall, right? And there's going to be upperclassmen who've been there a little bit, know their way around the place that you're at. Mentoring is super important. Not only to be a mentor, but to be a mentee. Right? You want to seek out those people. Como jóvenes es importante encontrar ejemplos profesionales en su gremio que le va a ayudar a crecer como profesional. Para poder abrir puertas para el futuro. To open doors for the future. All right, the moment you've been really waiting. Okay. El momento que todos hemos estado esperando. Okay. We are excited to present our 2024 Lynn Hispanic Scholarship Fund Scholars to you. Estamos súper emocionados para presentarle el grupo de estudiantes que están recibiendo la beca del 2024 del Lynn Hispanic Scholarship Fund. Quiero primero hablarles un poquito sobre 3 becas especiales que tengo por primera vez este año. I want to talk about 3 special scholarships that we have for the first time this year. Primero que todo, esta es una comunidad. First of all, this is a community. Last spring, we were approached right around the time of the 23 Gala by a group from Lynn. Los pastores de Lynn, Iglesias Unidas para Adorar a Dios. A group of pastors got together, churches said, you know what? We have a lot of young people in our community. Las iglesias And then el pastor Cáceres, que está presente con nosotros. He approached us and said, you know, we want to be able to help the young people in our community. And so, they presented the LHSF with $5,000. To help two young people in our community, a male and a female, to continue on with their education. Students who maybe were not here for a long time, who weren't born in this country, who needed the help, who maybe didn't have papeles, who maybe didn't have adults with them here, que se vinieron solitos, o que no tienen papeles. Porque todos los jóvenes son nuestros jóvenes. No solamente los que nacimos aquí. All of our young people are young people, independent of whether they were born here or not. So this year, we're very excited to be able to give out the Iglesias Unidas scholarship to two young people. Okay? I'm going to keep you in suspense. You've heard already about our young community member, Daniel Heredia. We lost this incredibly special young man way too early. He was a gift to his family, to our community, a senseless death. But to honor him, we were approached by his family, who I gotta say, I grew up in Lynn. So I was like, okay, los pueblos, las encarnaciones, los Heredia, ay Dios mío. Esta familia está aquí en Lynn hace años. Para nosotros que estamos aquí desde el principio, conocemos el drama de la familia. And to bring positivity, to bring something special to our community, they've decided to honor Dundee through a scholarship. And then we have a third scholarship. As you know, you had the opportunity to meet our founder, Maria Lucy Pisol. At last year's gala, I announced, with the permission of our organization, that we were going to have our inaugural Founder Scholarship in honor of Lucy Pisol. You've heard the story already about how she had this idea to help young people in our community. So this year we're excited to be able to offer one lucky individual the inaugural scholarship. Okay. So, I would like to ask Janvier's mom, Ibeliz, to join me up here.
everybody. It's a great pleasure and honor to be here celebrating these great students that hopefully, like she said, are going to give back to our well-deserved community. My family and I would like to thank the Lynn Hispanic Scholarship Fund for giving us a platform to present the first award in honor of my son, Gabriel Heredia. Tragically, in September 3rd, my son was taken away from us at the age of 21. Gabriel had a bright future ahead of him. He was charismatic, strong, hardworking, and family-oriented. Just a great man, great young man. My son had a passion for entrepreneurship, which led him to open his own car detailing business, 781 Details. Out there in the world that resemble the same quality as my son carried. And it is my honor to present a special student of this excellent award, a bright student who embodies many of the characteristics that my son Gabriel had. This award tonight, the young man that has decided to major in mechanical engineering, which we hope that he can contribute back to the city as he has shown great example of excellence and leadership throughout his high school years, which is why this award will be granted to Angel Frias. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so I am going to ask Salome and Diego to please come forward. These are our two Iglesias Unidas scholarship recipients. Finally, we want to acknowledge our inaugural Maria Lucy Tisol Founders Scholarship. Floyd, could you please join me? So this was really, really, really hard. I'm not gonna lie. I don't get to vote, but I oversee the selection process. And we had a lot of great candidates, including some of the students sitting here today. The selection committee knows we had a big conversation among us, did we not?
Lori represents the characteristics of Lucy in so many ways. She's a leader. Come on, mommy. She represents her culture fully. Always. Guatemalteca de pura cepa, ¿no? And part of the reason was because Lori has taught other kids. Online? Virtual? Yeah. So, no. Take a photo. We really felt that the characteristics of the leader, of giving back to her community, what Lucy has done with LHSF, you represented those characteristics. Now, if I could please ask our officials to please join me up here. We have some citations that we would like to give from the city of Lynn, from Congressman Seth Moulton's office, and from Senator Creighton's office.
City Council.
And the city council. Okay. So, I always do everything in alphabetical order. I don't know if everybody knows that about me, but I do. By last name. So here we go. All right. Yeah. You guys are good. You know which ones are yours. So I am going to ask, as the student's name is called, to please come up here. You're going to feel like a famous person again. You're going to feel like a famous person. Okay. To receive the citations, as well as to receive your scholarship letter, which will give you more instructions on how you can get the dinero. Okay. Are we ready, team? Are we ready? I do want to share something brand new this year. We have LHSS swag. Special thanks to our board member, Brenda, for putting these together, making these for our scholars. There is one in the raffle, I believe, back there, if people are interested, you know. Just want to make sure we have everything in order. Okay. ¿Listo, Calisto? Bueno. I present to you the 2024 Lynn Hispanic Scholarship Fund Scholars. Jocelyn Macario Armas. We're gonna ask the scholars to take a seat for a minute after you grab your stuff, and then we'll have a group picture. Okay? Next up, we have Anderson David Lange. Up next, we have Esteban Cubiles Ramírez. Próximamente. Kelly de León López. Next up, we have Salomé Duque López. Next up, we have Ángel Luis Frías. Next up, we have Fernanda M. López. I love that our scholars are able to do the other stuff. That's great. That's community right there, y'all. Up next, Flori Lisette Méndez Mérida. Next, Alejandro J. Mina Durán. Next up, Diego José Palacios Ordóñez. Next up, Elibet Chantal Rodríguez de León. For those of you that follow us on social media, you know that this group of students is actually headed to some amazing schools. And I actually didn't mention that. I should have done that earlier. I will. Next up, we have Axel Alexander Velázquez. And next up, we have Giselle Pires Pereira. So, if I could please ask the scholars all to come back up.